This is Zero from Techdragon.info, and today we're going to take a look at equipment. This is a continuation of our video from yesterday about crew skills. We decided to cut it in two, so we'll continue here, and we'll start off with the Medipack repair kit and a fire extinguisher. And I would recommend getting fire extinguisher, small repair kits, and a first aid kit. From like tier 5 and up. You can actually pay for them once in a while. I would say get them because they improve your performance by quite a bit. If you don't die to a fire, that means you're still in the game and you can shoot at things. If you're tracked in a crucial point, you know, on a hill where you don't have the gun depression to shoot, or already is zooming in or whatever, and you can get out of it and stay alive, that saves your life. A first aid kit, bringing back your gunner, or on some tanks your driver, can make all the difference. On a tank like this, when you're already slow, you don't want your driver to be out. That's horrific. Oh man, I don't even want to think about a KV4 without a driver. Actually, I had a game earlier today where my driver was out. Oh my god, it's so bad. Turning would literally take about 40 seconds, maybe even a minute, to turn my whole tank. It's that bad. So you're screwed.
Pretty much.
I guess we'll move into the equipment thingamajiggies. Couple of rules of thumb. Gun rammer, if you can mount one, if you have the money, get one. Same with a vertical stabilizer. A gun rammer will decrease your loading time by 10%. So that's, you know, on almost any tank except for autoloaders, because they cannot carry a gun rammer because of the auto loader mechanism. So you can't get it on those tanks. Keep that in mind. Now, if you play with those tanks for any length of time and you want to continue playing and you're going to upgrade your tanks and sell the previous ones, I would suggest getting some gold. Not a whole lot, but get like the cheapest you can get, which is what, $3? And just keep it. Don't spend it on converting experience. You can build that up by just playing. But if you do that, you can actually demount these equipment pieces for 10 gold. So if you get like, what's the cheapest? Is $3 for 1200 gold, I think? Something like that.
Oh, really?
Something like that, yeah. I don't remember exactly. Might be $5, but something like that. And if you don't use it on anything but to demount these equipment pieces, it will last you forever. You would only have to pay for it once, and you can do it 1200 or 120 times. So that will save you, what, 500k per equipment piece that you don't have to destroy it and rebuy it. So if you intend to play this game for a longer time, I would say do that. It's a good investment, and you can just demount it here, mount it on your next tank. Vertical stabilizer, again, if you can mount it, it's probably a good idea. 20% to accuracy during movement of turret rotation. So that means, effectively this means that your aiming circle is 20% more zoomed in already to begin with. So that's really, really important. Makes you shoot a hell of a lot better on the move. And just in general, you'll have better accuracy to start off with. So without aiming and you shoot, would have basically 20% more chance to hit than without it. Now you also have an enhanced gun laying drive, which is 10% aiming speed. This means that you will zoom in 10% faster. But this one is so that you're already zoomed in 20% more. So there's a difference between the two. One will make you zoom in faster, the other one is making you being zoomed in all the time more. So with any movement and stuff, that one is a lot better. If you have one that you have an horrendous aim time and you could mount both of them for the best, I guess, to get the best bang out of your buck if you really want that aim time, but I don't really recommend getting both. Toolbox. Oh, that's one thing I need to mention. Toolbox, binoculars, and camouflage are free to take on and off on any tank. As you can see here, I have an open slot and my binoculars here. It's mounted. And ta-da, demount, doesn't cost anything. So that's one thing. You probably want to get one camo net, one binocular, and one toolbox. Right now they're on sale, so buy them now. Buy them now this weekend. Now.
Definitely a good investment.
If anything, if you don't want to spend the money on your tanks, just put these 3 equipments on any tank. They will be situational on what tank they will work the best, but they will help on any tank. So, Toolbox, 25% to repair speed. Your tracks will be 25% faster up. Get it? With a 50% crew and all that, your repair speed is, what, 12 seconds? 15 seconds? For your tracks?
Is it?
I think something like that. So right there, having 25% off would be, what, 5 seconds?
Yeah.
2.5 to 5 seconds, depending on how long it is. That's quite a bit of time that you're not stuck. So just spending that is a good idea. We'll leave that one. We'll get to the binoculars first. 25% increased view range while stationary. You have to stand still for, what, 5 seconds? 3 seconds?
Yeah, I think it's more like 3.
Okay, 3 seconds, then it will kick in. And then you'll have to wait for another 5 seconds to spot your maximum view range. Because it only checks once every so many seconds the further your target is away. So don't just stand still, have that activated, and then continue on. Because it actually takes a couple of seconds to detect the most furthest away targets. So always stand still for like 10 seconds to check if anything is going to light up before you move on again. Camouflage nets, 25% to detection while you're stationary. Again, wait for 3 seconds before this activates. And it basically means that it goes into a whole formula which is rather complicated, but it means they have to get closer to you before you get detected. And again, it's more effective on a tank that already has a good camo rating. So big tanks won't get much out of this. So let's say that your camo rating is 2 on a KV2, KV4, excuse me. Or KV2 doesn't matter, they're both big. Getting 25% on 2 is not going to do a whole lot. Well, if your camo rating is 100, 25 will do a lot more. So, to put it in perspective.
Where does it show that rating?
It doesn't. Somewhere on the forum there's a link, and I don't have any clue where it is. And that some of the people tested it out and figured all of them out. Coated optics. This is the same as the binoculars, but it only works for 10% extra range. But it works all the time. Whenever you're moving, all the time. So that is for tanks that you don't want to stop on. So it depends on how you want to scout. This is for a passive scout, this is for an active scout. Although, yeah, I just put on the coated optics because I'm moving a lot, and I don't know. I'm not sure which one I like more. If I like the binoculars more or the coated optics. Both of them give you more view range, so both of them are good. Depends on your playstyle. The enhanced torsion bar gives you 10% more suspension load capacity. What this means is your weight to load limit gets increased. So that means you don't have to mount your tracks before you can put on a new gun or a new turret. So it's very situational, but if you want to get the turret and a better gun straight away without having to research your tracks, you can buy one of these and put it on temporarily until you can mount better stuff. Because some tanks you can't even equip a binocular because it's too heavy. When they're stock, it's that bad. So. Fuel tank durability, I don't think anybody uses this. I don't think I've seen a single person ever use this. So I'm not even going to cover it. It seems just worthless. It takes up a slot and I don't see the worth of it. It takes up a slot. Spall liner, it's a very situational again. Plus 15% to armor protection from ramming and explosions. So if you're doing a lot of ramming, this might be an interesting one to get. So if you're in like the high tier Germans, like the E models, then it might be interesting. KV models might be interesting. And I use it on my T14. Wow, that's white. Holy crap. Because this tank has pretty good armor, although it's not a whole lot. It's only 50, but because of the slope, it's pretty good armor. So, yeah, the turret armor is pretty good. This means that people shoot me with high explosive a lot, which I'm way more vulnerable to. So I just use this to negate the damage I take from high explosive. In this particular tank, but I wouldn't recommend it for most tanks. It's probably a good idea for big slow tanks like a mouse. E100, although it's debatable. There's other things out there that might be more effective.
Did you already cover the enhanced gun laying drive, or did I just miss that?
Yeah, you missed that. 10%
Okay.
aiming speed. I think the only thing we're missing, well, there's two. Improved ventilation. That gives 5% to your crew. So if you hover over your crew, yeah, I don't have that in all of them. There we go, wet ammo rack. If you combine this with that skill we talked about earlier, safe storage, then you get the best bang out of your buck for not getting ammo racked. So, well, no, people still get ammo racked in Centurions, even with both of those. That's how bad it is. So I might have to put that in at some point if it's too bad, but I don't know yet. But again, it makes your ammo rack more durable. Now, the only other one that we haven't discussed is... there it is. Additional grousers. I hope I pronounced that right. Give you 10%. It only on a very, very certain amount of tanks. My German PZ34, for instance, has it. 10% performance on soft ground, 5% performance on moderately soft ground. So it basically does what off-road driving does, pretty much, but in the form of an equipment piece. Not a lot of people are using this. Do you really need more speed off-road on a medium? Yeah. Speed is always nice, but at the cost of a consumable that normally costs, what, 250k normally. It's on sale right now. So, yeah, I don't know. I've seen somebody raise the question on the forum once if you should use it, but I think there's better equipments out there, and on a tier 5 I wouldn't really waste the 250k all that much if you're not, gonna keep it. You only have to get like 28k to get rid of these things. 28k experience after you research everything, of course. So, I wouldn't bother. I guess that about covers this issue of tactical tanks. Do you have anything to add? Did I miss anything?
No. Did you talk about the consumables, or?
Yeah, I just briefly went over them. Over the ones I always use. There's other ones. We have these that cost money. Although, well, gold. Although you can now buy them for credits as well, but it's very, very expensive. I think it's like 20k a piece. So, I don't think it's worth it. But, if you have the money to burn, why not? You have the 100 octane gasoline in this case. This one varies per tank, per nation. Because not everybody uses gasoline. Like the Russians use diesel, I think, so that's why their engines also have less chance of catching fire. You get 5% more engine power and turret traverse speed. So on some slow tanks, this might be a good idea. Like the KV4, you get more performance out of your tank, so that's not a bad one. But keep in mind that it gets used up every time. So that's 2.5k at the moment. I think that's on sale every game. So you're losing money if you use it, but you gain more performance, so you might, get that out of it again. Manual fire extinguisher. Yeah, I already discussed that. First aid kit, repair kits, they do pretty much. But just to show you how it works, as I have it right now, go away. This is the standard key bindings. On the 4 key, this is 5 and this is 6. So this is 1, 2, and 3 for those. So if you want to switch ammo, that's the keys you have to hit. So the reason I put my repair kit, and a lot of people do, on 5 is because repairing tracks is the number 5. So you hit this thing. So I hit 5 on my keyboard. It pops up a menu like this wide, and it shows all the modules, not just the damaged ones, but all of them. And the damaged ones are lit up, and then they have little numbers corresponding with them, and you hit that number to fix that particular model. So let's say my turret is stuck and my turret is number 1. I hit number 5 to activate my repair kit, and then I hit number 1 of that folded up menu of the one I want to repair. Same goes with the first aid kit, and the fire extinguisher you just hit when you have fire. One thing, my suggestion, I use a gamepad, but you can do this your own way as well. you might want to rekey the fire extinguisher, but that will cause other problems. So I hate the way they've done this. But if you, for instance, hit your repair kit on accident when you mean to hit the fire extinguisher, that menu folds open, you cannot hit your fire extinguisher at that point. You have to hit escape to get out of the repair menu that you didn't want to have open to use your fire extinguisher. So I hate that they've done that. But if you rekey this to something else, then I'm not sure if your submenu is still going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, F for fire, for instance. So I'm not sure. You're going to have to try that. I think that about covers it. I got nothing more. Do you have anything more?
Nope.
Okay, well, I would say thank you for watching this episode of Tactical Attacks. Our next episode will be about Pearl River?
Harbor.
Yeah. No, not Pearl Harbor. Pearl River.
It's so similar, damn it.
I've been trying my best into getting matches in Pearl Harbor. I just can't seem to get games in it. No, I did it on purpose.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
That's why I said it like that. So I've been trying my best to get into games with it, and I got a better feeling now of where to go, what to do on the map. So I think I'm now ready to actually discuss and show what I've learned on the map. A week ago, I really did not know a thing about the map, so I really could not make that episode. So that's why this episode is first. And then for the next episode, we will be doing the requested Pearl River.
Harbor.
River. Stop confusing people.
Never.
So, I guess this is it then. Thank you all for watching.
Yep. See you guys next time.
See you on the next one.